So I have Charlie here with me and Milo, who's getting comfy. And I'm going to start reading the grade level book that I had started with all of you. And I'm going to start at chapter 5 because that's about where most of the classes were at. So the book, if you remember, is Firefly Hollow, and it is written by Allison McGee. Okay, so chapter 5. Psst. Cricket hopped slowly down the path to the riverbank as his classmates sang from the marsh and the woods and the cattails. The girls had set a lazy summer beat, just right for the boys to sing songs of sunlight and flowers and the smell of green grass, the same music that generation upon generation of crickets had sung. Leap, leap, leap. Now he was at the riverbank, where the rush of moving water covered up sound. Here, Cricket could sing all he wanted, and no one would scold him. He perched in his usual spot by the tiger lilies, on the upthrust root of the white birch. Vol's boat was moored just beyond, but that was all right. Vol was no threat. He was a solitary creature who kept to himself and spent most of his time on his deck, practicing sailor knots. He didn't bother tiny creatures like crickets. Before he began his song, Cricket looked back at Firefly Hollow. Most of his classmates didn't pay any attention to the fireflies, but sometimes Cricket liked to crouch at the edge of a clearing and watch a certain one practice her aerial maneuvers. He counted them off. 1, mid-air flip. 2, loop-de-loo. 3, figure 8. Now, none of the other fireflies flew like this one did. He knew that the firefly elders forbade the young ones to fly farther than the clearing, just as the teacher forbade the young crickets to go anywhere near the giant's house. But this firefly, like Cricket, continually disobeyed. What did it feel like to fly through the air like that? Cricket was a creature of the ground. He knew how it felt to spring high in the air. He excelled at high jumping, but to fly? To soar through the air, to drift on the wind, it was almost beyond his imagination. The clearing was dark now, and so was the firefly's hollow tree. They were asleep. Soon it would be time for Cricket to sleep too. The hours before dawn, neither fully dark nor fully light, were when the Cricket and Firefly nations rested. He brought his wings together and sang softly. Now you guys know the song, so if you like, you can sing it with me. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. He tightened his grip on the root of the birch and looked out at the water, which was slow and quiet tonight. If he practiced his baseball moves, would anyone see him? He glanced around. Cricket pictured Yogi Berra, the world's greatest catcher. He pictured Peter and his friend, how they used to play catch by the river. He pictured the baseball section at the Museum of Giant Artifacts. He leapt from the root of the white birch to the soft dirt of the riverbank, crouched down and got a good grip with all 6 legs. Now he held his wings straight out, cupped them together, and imagined a baseball hurtling toward him. Keep your eye on the ball. Let it drop into your mitt. Smack! That smack was the imaginary sound of the baseball thudding into Cricket's glove. Obviously, he didn't have a glove. He was a cricket, not a giant. But if he did, that was the sound that the baseball would make. Oh, he could just hear it. He could just feel it. That white leather ball stitched with red. He half rose on 4 of his legs, reared his throwing wing back as far as it would go, and pretended to fling the ball back to the pitcher. Psst! Yikes! The sound was so startling close that Cricket nearly lost his balance and toppled backward onto his carapace. He hunched down and drew his wings together. All 6 legs were tense, ready to leap if necessary. The sound came again. Psst! Cricket uncovered his head just enough to peer about. Psst! Was not a sound that crickets made. It was not a sound that Vol, just feet away on his boat, would make either. Was it a giant? He could hear Teacher's voice inside his head. Giants are the greatest threat of all. Cricket drew in a deep breath. He told himself to be brave. Friend or foe? He called to the darkness. At first there was nothing. Cricket lowered his wings and looked in all directions. He sniffed the night air, pine woods and cold river water and cattails. Nothing strange, nothing out of the ordinary. Maybe he had imagined the sound. From the boat he heard Vol clear his throat. "Friend or foe?" he called again into the night, just to make sure. Then, from the darkness, a tiny glow appeared. It hovered in the air just above his head. "Friend," said a small voice. That's the end of chapter 5. So tomorrow I'll do chapter 6. So if you're watching, thank you so much. I wish I could read to you guys in person. But don't forget, read your 20 minutes, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.